have a question now asked by another speaker of Fronteiras do Pensamento, British economist Sir Paul Collier. We call this moment No Frontiers. And he sent you the following question. Do the consequences of the separation of the richest region of Yugoslavia, Eslovênia, and the ensuing implosion of the rest of the country into violent conflict hold lessons for the claim of the richest region of Spain, Catalunnya, for the right to separate?
Well, so first of all, I want to say that I'm a big admirer of Paul Collier's work, and I think he was ahead of the curve in focusing on inequality as a global phenomenon and as a moral phenomenon, in the sense that it warps judgment and it warps politics, and that his work has been important to me, and I'm very glad to be in his company. I think I'm gonna go with the general point that it's very important not to make political judgments on on simple economic grounds. I'm not going to prejudge that that's what's happening in Catalonia, because I don't really think it is. It had something to do with Slovenia leaving the Soviet Union, leaving Yugoslavia. I'm more comfortable with the example of Czechoslovakia, where the Czechs were very confident that they should leave Czechoslovakia because they were richer, and they also thought of themselves as more competent and more Western. And the result of that was not just the breakup of Czechoslovakia, but the result of that was the creation of a Czech nation, which is much more provincial now than it was before the end of Czechoslovakia, much more monolingual, much more closed off to the world. And ironically, another consequence is that in many ways, it's Slovakia, which was supposed to be backward and poor and so on, which has become the more successful and the more, frankly, the more interesting country, also in terms of recent protests in favor of democracy. So I'm not going to take the bait quite with Spain, because I don't quite think that's the reason why it's happening, and also I don't think I'm qualified to talk about it. But I would make the general point that it can be short-sighted to think that you should break up a political entity because you think you're the most profitable, you're the most prosperous part of it.